Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Joel Glenwickson, and this is another in the series of 7 Billion Geniuses videos where I take the kernel of the book, 7 Billion Geniuses, and expand on those ideas and in the line of how the ideas are kind of evolving in my own life. And in case if you read the blog this morning, this is the very spot that I was sitting when I saw the pileated woodpecker up in those trees over there. If you haven't read the blog yet, it's available on Blogspot, 7 Billion Geniuses website, the Mile Wide Project website, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, some other place, Google+, I don't know. It gets posted a lot of different places, but that's also a different way to follow along as these ideas evolve in my own life to see what I've been up to. But there's another idea that I want to share with you today, and it has to do with patience and pacing. It occurred to me pretty powerfully as I evolve these ideas in my own life how my pace is way too fast for me to be engaged in my life in the kind of way that I want to be, and in a way that really reveals to me these principles of genius, how genius appears in our lives. And so I've really been working very hard to continually slow down. You know, I put out the idea in my own thinking about what the pace was, and what continues to be reflected back to me as I do different things is that it's slower and slower and slower and slower. So in order for me to see all that there is to see, in order for me to be in that kind of centered observational place that I want to be, I have to move slower and slower and slower. And I'm going to tell you a story about how this was kind of revealed to me very powerfully this morning. I was sitting at the dining room table, and I felt something on my leg. Now, I had just been outside kind of plowing through some of the flowers and stuff that go around the house, and so I had no idea what it was there. Could have been a bit of dirt, could have been a seed, could have been any number of different things. So I looked down and saw a little dark spot and didn't quite know what it was, and without really thinking about it very much, I kind of grabbed at it. And when I brought it up in my fingers, I saw that it was a very small spider, and that by grabbing a hold of it, I had injured it irreparably. And so I think about those sorts of things that happen. And to be frank, I killed it because I didn't want it to have to suffer. And it was a choice that I made in the moment. But the more important issue is that I wasn't moving slowly enough in my own mind to actually realize what was crawling on my leg and to address it in a way that didn't end up in the ending of its life. And so for me, it's just another reminder, again, that my pace needs to be even slower in order for me to actually take in all that's going on around me, and for me to interact with what's going on around me in a way that's consistent with my intentions. So that story represents another example of me moving more quickly than I'd like to, and an invitation really to make the life of this spider and the loss of this spider's life to have some meaning, to take things even more slowly so I can be in that kind of focused and centered place that I want to be. And you know, some of you might think, oh, life of the spider, who cares, it's an insect, it's a bug, it doesn't really matter. Part of my intentions, and this isn't something that I'm suggesting needs to be true for anybody other than me, but for me, part of my intentions is the holding sacred of every life. And so in fact, the loss of this spider that benefits me in no way, that isn't about, I don't eat spiders, at least not yet. Wasn't a food thing that I needed. I didn't take it in as nutrition. It wasn't a threat to me. It wasn't a danger. It didn't cause me there was no risk involved in it. It was a purposeless, meaningless life. And in that regard, it was something that I would rather not have done. To make it have meaning, I will take this up as another opportunity for me to reflect on the pace at which I do things, and remember to once again to slow it down again. I've been slowing down. I've talked about how I'm going to ponder that as a way for me to slow down how I respond to things. Somebody asks me a question, and instead of just responding, I say I'll ponder that. But again, even the pondering invitation, the suggestion of pondering is even a bit more rapid than I'd like to be. So patience and purposefulness and pacing are the things that I'm thinking about today, and just wanted to pass on to you folks. So again, if you want to be in touch, I try to say this with every video. Contact information for me is at the end of the video. I'm open and available to talking to people about any of these ideas. And if you're interested in a copy of the book, please let me know. Again, you can contact me through the contact information. I'm happy to send you a copy. Really consolidates many of these ideas into a way that I hope is useful and understandable. And so, yeah, so please do stay in touch.